Hello and welcome to this video. Now, before this video, the farming strat video would have come out, and we did a lot of things, including gambling, the lighter meaning. So do check it out, and we went over different farming strats to earn profit, but this for the build. Now, the passive tree, I have taken off the dex that was here and the int that was there, and put 1 point here and 2 points here, because obviously I got another level as well. So we got more damage. We got over 25k life, almost 26k. And if we bring up the POB, we do about 25 million DPS without the flask, 33 million with the flask. For a more defensive style, you can drop the pride and go petrified blood, and then with the flask 27 mil or 21 mil without flask. For shrine enjoyers, if you get a massive shrine, you do about 25 mil with the petrified blood and then 33. But if we swap it back, do 31 mil or 40 mil with the flask on and a massive shrine buff. So if you like running shrines and everything, it's a huge damage increase doing that. Gear wise, we've changed the ring. I think I got more life, some chaos res. I think the last video I did show the boots, but I did swap to the boots once I got level 84. But yeah, that's the gear. It didn't cost me, and we haven't got crit jewels everywhere. We just got one. Not there. Here. Yeah, we just got the one crit jewel with int. It would cost us about 2 div. Last time I looked for crit jewels with life, with strength and int. So I didn't bother upgrading them. We still do enough damage as it is. And all we'd swap is to get greater crit multi. We did do an ascendancy change. We got the 8% life from King of the Mist, and then the other point went over here for crit chance, and that gives us more damage. Otherwise it's virtually the same. We just obviously slightly progress. But if you take it as each of the rare items, say, account for about a div. It didn't actually cost me a div per slot, but we're going to work it out that way. So at max, if you spend a div per slot, you will pretty much guarantee at least what I'm doing. So the rare slots, allocate a div. 3 div for the chest. I don't know what it's going for at the moment. Would double check for you. Potentially about 4 div. So you might just have to shop around. But 3-4 div. And then if you count 1 div for the wand, the ring, the amulet, and the shield all together, 1 div. So what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So say 10 div for the gear. This is like 1C. The jewels, it didn't cost me this, but if you allocate 1 div per jewel, so we got so 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 div, and then probably 1.5 div. Probably 1.5 div for these three, the Transcendent Flesh and the Lethal Pride. That did cost me a div. These were like 70, 80 C. So you allocate like 1.5, 2 div. So we're looking at 18 max, but I did not spend that much. I spent quite a bit less. This was 50C. This ring was 50C. So the boots were 1 div. But yeah, I did not spend 1 div per slot. I spent way less than that. But if you allocate that, then obviously you're going to be perfectly fine and probably do more damage than I do if you do spend a div per slot and get the best you can for that particular slot. And yeah, King of the Mist you got to beat for the Ascendancy point, and I'll show how easy it is with this build to do it. The only hard part is actually on a personal issue. If you're not very good at following the wisps, like me, then that was an easier one. But the longer ones, I actually get lost a little bit. But yeah, if you watch, once he does his little uppity up thing, we hit the flask and just spam. I have ran him like close to 50 times and he's never killed me. I have died because I got lost in the mist, and we get trash. So the amulet that we use drops from him, and then the altar that you need to do the stuff you can do once you kill him. I'm guessing whatever he had running around had some sort of thing on the ground or something. But yeah, that was weird. But yeah, I literally have done him like 50 times. And that's the first time he personally has killed me. I have died from the mist because obviously, as I said, I get lost. And yeah, these are, this is 1C, this is 1C, you know, like maybe 3C. But yeah, so that's how you get the Ascendancy for extra life and everything, and it's very easy with this build. Yes, I died in the video. Just stand further, say he's here. Instead of spamming right on top like I did, stand over here and spam him. It'll kill him, and you won't be standing right on top of whatever degen or whatever's happening. What do we sell? We sold one of these, which was obviously worth $90 or something, because a couple of others are sold. So, but yeah, hopefully that helps with like what to do next. Pretty much, this build is done. All you can do is either with the, depending on what your DPS output you want as like a minimum, you can go down here and get some max all res, and then this one's close as well. So if you want to drop a bunch of DPS for tankiness, so you not such a glass cannon to some of the content, you can actually like get close to like 80% max res and then run a triple early flask for like 85+%. Otherwise, you come in here and take these and either put a crit jewel there or put a crit jewel there, get 2 more levels, and then get a small passive armor, 15% increased armor, with enduring composure on it, a two passive small cluster, and get enduring composure, so it gives you endurance charges on hit, you being hit, not you hitting them, and then that'll increase tankiness as well. And then you could possibly drop a little bit of damage and pick up endurance charge there, endurance charge there, endurance charge there. So you'd end up with about 6 endurance charges pretty much all the time, because once you get hit, you get a charge. So whatever's not dying is hitting you. So you'd build up your tankiness so they do less damage at the same time. But yeah, pretty much, except for getting crit jewels everywhere, which you don't necessarily need. You don't need the crit jewels everywhere. You are doing plenty of damage. The other way you could do it is just like spend divines, literally divines. Don't think it's going to be cheap to get the next level of stuff, because you're looking at min-maxing the gear to the 18th degree. Excuse me. The ring that I found just through different trial and error, the ring that I found that did the most damage whilst not losing a lot is trying to either get a vermilion ring with the percent life implicit life on the ring, some resistance, obviously, and pretty much getting as much energy shield on your gear plus life. So life is more important than energy shield. Getting a high number life is way more important than getting a high energy shield number. So don't take high energy shield, low life. Just take high life, good energy shield. You want tier, what do I got? Tier 1, tier 2s. Tier 2 crafted, tier 1 fractured. Essence, flat, crafted T3, energy shield. So yeah, like pretty much all you're doing is just increasing that energy shield number and making sure you get the max roll on life on every single gear piece. A Stygian Vice with massive life and resistances will cost you a lot. The ideal one I looked for was about 25 div, which obviously I'm not going to spend. But the ideal one with a massive life, a bunch of high res, including chaos res, strength, was about 25 div. And then obviously jewel, you get crit jewel, flat life, whatever stat you need, or resistance or whatever. And then flask, it doesn't matter. I went through different ones, diamond flask, all that. Don't even worry about it. It's not worth even worrying about it. Just slam this flask. Even just buy a couple of these and then manually push them so you got a bunch of different charges. This I could actually hit with I believe, well, that's not what we want, but that's the first time I've actually hit that. First time going, so I'm actually going to leave it, even though it does nothing for us. Because what we actually want is the increased charges. But I'm going to leave it just because it's 70%. And I've never actually got that on roll 1. So I'm going to leave it, even though it doesn't help us. Because I don't need the extra damage. It's just quality of life. Getting more uses out of it. What do we sell? Another bad one. Yeah. I think I've discussed virtually everything you need to know about this build and how to go about different things. Let me know, because obviously I've played it, so everything's all natural to me because I'm used to this build, so I might not have explained this, that, the other thing, because it's just playing for me. But let me know if I missed something or didn't cover something fully or anything like that. But yeah, this is Blood Sacrament Slayer. It is doing huge amount of damage for very little compared to what you're going to pay for a meta build, or even non-meta. I've seen some that do less damage than me and cost hundreds of divines. But I'll catch you in the next video, and goodbye.